Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the CrackPack BlitzKraft server. This is LeSquatch, and yeah, been a while. Same old. But I do have some inspiration for today. And we can all thank this block here, the trading post. This is from Extra Utilities, and I wasn't entirely sure what it was at first. So I built it, plonked it down, right clicked, no villagers found in range. So that begged the question, oh okay, it must be used with villagers. So I thought, now that we've moved all the villagers out of this area, namely because it was noisy, and because they kept on getting damaged somehow, I'm not entirely sure how, I'm starting to build a house for them. And we've also updated the rules, so we can now build in any biome, and I know this is mostly within the field biome, but just at the edge back here stretches into the frost forest biome. So just to clarify, we have now lifted the ban on the building in certain areas. So I've cleared out all of this area here, including this area, and I'm going to expand into it. So my two big projects that I'd like to do is one, build a big, well not big, but like impressive house for the villagers, make it all nice and quaint and build paths and maybe some extra buildings around there. And then over here in this area, this area, I'm going to build a factory, and I'm going to move this cobblestone gargantuan mess from there to there. So it's going to have its own dedicated factory where I do all my processing. And then I will also link up AE and get everything auto-processed over there. But I will not be using the windmills to power it. I will be using big reactors, so that is another thing that we can get into. But for the time being, I'm just sitting here designing this house. It's really difficult because I don't ever design things in creative mode. So when it comes to block combinations and all that good stuff, I'm kind of winging it and seeing what looks good. So I've gone with a brown theme, aside from the brick here, because that's kind of the foundations of the house. And it's going to be a sort of natural looking average normal house, but it's just going to be for villagers. So I've thought of this room being for some villagers, this room being for some other villagers, and then it just being a bungalow, and then maybe having my bedroom around here as well, so that I don't just have it at the front of the base, because that's a unceremonious place to have a bedroom for someone who is so great like me. So yeah, we can all share in a magnificent posh bedroom that we'll build here, despite the cold. We'll have to build a fireplace to keep ourselves warm. But anyway, that's what I've been doing for the past maybe about 10 minutes. Getting this bleach stuff. Oh yeah, that reminds me. Getting this bleach stuff has kind of shown me that I need to do some more stuff. So to make it, it's from Railcraft. It's the first Railcraft block that I'm actually using. And I think can you colour it can you use it for use? Hang on. No, you can't colour it. Okay. But regardless, it needs brick and bone meal. So, bone meal I've just stuck in the pulverizer we have down here. And we now have a lot of bone meal, I think. Yeah, 217. But we started to run out of space. These are deceptive. That's almost full. This is full. Oh, this is full as well. Damn, that was quick. Yeah, this is filling up pretty quickly, because there's a few things I've done off camera, but it's pretty much only today, because today is the first time I've been on this server for a while. So down here, we have a cobblestone generator, courtesy of Extra Utilities. And what that is just a pool of lava, a cobblestone block, a pool of water, and a transfer node. And I've put in some mining upgrades, so we're getting a stack plus 2 every second, I want to say. Oh, more than that, every quarter of a second. I'm actually going to turn this off for now because it's. Wait, I don't want things to burn up. Cool. Because we're actually starting to fill up our system with cobblestone, and in the time it. Whoop. Cool. Wait, just plunk that back. Cool. And in the time it took for me to start building that house, we created 200, almost 250,000 cobblestone, and it started to fill up my system. So I built an extra ME drive. I've now encoded for 64k storage drives. So we're getting there, guys. We're getting there. Bit more end game AE stuff. But I also want to take a step back from full-on whack automation. That was a weird phrase. Full whack automation, full-on automation, not full whack. Those two don't go together, LeSquatch. What are you talking about? But yeah, just want to ease off on that. I don't want to have everything automated with all the crafts and all the storage and liquid in the system as well and blah blah blah. Because I want to be forced to build things like this, like the villager stuff. I could have just plonked them down in a corner with a dark room with lots of walls and like a 4x4 area and left it at that, but don't want to do that. And the thing prevented me from... Wait, brain fart. If I automated everything, then that would kind of take away the aspect of Minecraft, like digging and crafting, which is how it started, sort of unsurprisingly. So anyway, another thing that was brought to my attention was that I don't actually have a normal shovel. So in the Power Fist, I've got the shovel mechanic in there. Where did I put the thing? Was it up here? Nope. Did I not have the tinker table up? Yeah, the only shovel I have is... Nope, that's not in there. There it is. It's in here. So, shovel. And I could overclock it. I suppose I could. Let's just see how fast that is. Because I was thinking about building a Tinker's one, and then using Cobalt on that, and then sort of bossing it out. So, where do we want to dig? Let's try here. Oh man. Okay. I'll use this for now. It will drain quite a bit of energy. That's the only thing. And this doesn't replenish energy, because that's hydrogen, not energy. So, yeah. We'll see how it goes. But, yep. For now, enough rambling. I'm going to get back to building, and I will be right back. So just briefly, before I get back to mining and digging and stuff, I just broke up a bit of clay and then smelted it, so we should have lots of bricks. Yep, that's done. And then anything crafting, nope. So one slight advantage I think I might give myself is wireless access. Wow, wireless access. Because that would stop me from having to run back and forth, and as unrealistic as wireless access is, I'm gonna let it go, because mainly I can treat it as a computer, and computer has wireless access. So yeah, there we go. So I've put the patterns in for these 3 items. Oops. Which are the 3 that we need. And somewhere in the ME system, we need to place down the wireless access point. So I'm just going to put it down there. And then what this will do, actually first of all let's link this. This is how you do it. It's now linked. We do need to charge it, I think. Yeah, no power. So let's just go upstairs and charge it. Cool, that's charging pretty quickly. Good. Right. Yeah, it needs a charge because every time you take out and put in items from the wireless terminal, it will use power. Oh wow, we're in range. Yeah, I was not expecting that. Are we going to be in range over here? Okay, no. It has a limited range. I'm guessing for 16 by 16. I don't know. That sounds a bit too short, really. But anyway, let's get that dirt in my inventory. So let's put these wireless booster cards in, and then head out to the build. And then hopefully, if we use this, say the furthest reach of the build. Okay, nearest reach of the build. Right. Okay, that's good enough. So cool, and I will carry on building. So here we have it. This is the initial house that I've built for the villagers. You can see them through the glass there. This is just the facade. I haven't put it all the way back yet, as I'm very much in constructing this. I haven't decided on the final look. I have this area here that's sunken in, and and this one was flush. I think I prefer the sunken in one, even though it's, well, I don't know, the wood across here kind of adds a little je ne sais quoi. So I don't know whether I need this to be flush. I should probably put this back to add a bit more depth. And I put a stair in there to make it look a bit different. And the reason why I don't have this glass pane here is that I thought, that the thought occurred to me that a zombie might come along and be able to reach the villagers through the glass panes, because that can happen. So I've got the white stained glass from Tinker's Construct. If I press 3, will it show me the recipe? Yes. So it's just clear glass and bone meal. And you can also recolour other glasses too. So I've got that in there. And I've got panes where the villagers won't be at risk, because I wanted a little bit of depth. And this is bleached bone blocks. Recipe for that is bone meal and bricks. It's very handy, very neat. And these are carpenter's wedge slopes, just to give the room a bit more detail again, without it being just a, or sort of preventing it from being just a square building, which is what I like. This ceiling I'm not happy with, mainly because it's not symmetrical. So there are 2 blocks there, there's only 1 block there. And the greyness doesn't really fit in with the rest of it, but I don't really want it to be the same colour either, so I'm going to have to play around with it. Maybe just move this along or do something. But anyway, here are the villagers, as I'm sure you can hear. Actually, just for this section I'm going to turn the sound off, because villagers are really annoying. This trading post was actually a little bit disappointing, because while it does have a lot of trades, they're all vanilla, and they're all 4 emeralds, so you can't spend your emeralds buying something else. You have to go up to them and talk to them individually. And if you cast your memories back a few episodes, you remember when Fwip came up and Flim Flanders. Some of these villagers have ridiculously long names. For this guy, Cucumber Weston Smith Esquire. This guy had something long, which I kept crashing every time I interacted with him. It was like, I don't know, he's probably in one of the episodes earlier. So I nicknamed him Flam. And this guy's Flim, so Flim Flam. And this goes hand in hand with Moneybucks, who is one of the 2 guys who helped me to make emeralds. Because 1 emerald here makes 6 Certus quartz. Then we go and find Fwip. And then 1 Certus quartz equals 3 emeralds. So you're effectively multiplying your emerald stash by 18 every time you trade 1 Certus quartz. I think that's how it worked out. Or 1 emerald, rather. So 1 emerald makes 6. 6 makes 3. That's 18. Minus 1 is 17. And I think that's pretty much it. So you're getting 17 emeralds profit, but then you have to then go to the end and unlock the trades once they've blacked out. So it's not quite 18 or 17 emeralds profit, but it's pretty close to being very good. So another thing I've been working on is some automation on the farms. So before we had just the rubber tree farm, and that was great. But I've started to make some potions, namely for the villagers, because I used some splash regen potions on them. And I realised that I didn't have any nether wart, aside from what I'd obtained from the nether, I don't know, 2 months ago now. So there's a nether wart farm that's going nicely, and a sugarcane farm, so that I can make lots of paper, and possibly speed potions. Thirdly, I've put this back, it was marble before, but I found a bleached brick block, I think that's what it's called in the chisel menu, alongside the normal bog standard fantasy blocks, and that adds a little bit of depth. So whilst before I had this plain one, there's nothing that really goes with it to break up the monotony, as we can see on this side. So it's very plain, and the pattern repeats pretty uniformly. But this way you can add a bit of randomness. So I went along with the equivalent exchange wand thingy, and just randomly zapped it in some places to give a bit of change. And you might notice there's a carpenter safe. Let's actually go in. It's different from the other blocks. It's a secret inventory. So if I just break this, and I can show you the recipe for this. Carpenter's safe. It's just carpenter's blocks, block of iron and redstone, so pretty straightforward. And you have this little design on the front, but you can access it from any of the sides. So what I did, oh yeah, and it's made of wood. is face it in to the furnace, so that all sides are covered except for this one. So if we break this... Oh, wait. Has it gone on the... Oh. Well, whatever the case, the side is hidden. And then we can add a fantasy block to it to put the illusion back. So let's get the chisel, fantasy brick. It's a faded fantasy bricks, that was it. That's what I was talking about earlier. And then just right click, boom, and it's hidden. And you can keep things like diamonds or whatever in there. It's not security protected like the strong boxes, but just another way of hiding stuff, and I thought that was pretty cool. And let's put this back. Oh, that's actually not what I wanted to do. I've like this tendency just to put everything back in its original chisel form, so that it doesn't clog up more spaces. I've also added some more 64Ks as this one filled up. It's very surprising. A lot of types anyway. And I made a carpenter's door, which is the same principle as the carpenter's safe, but you have 2 different slots. And the top one doesn't support clear glass, which I was quite disappointed about, because that would have blended in nicely, but this one kind of blends in too. So that's about it. So I don't know whether I'll do anything else this episode. I know it's going to be mega short, but yeah, just kind of getting back into the swing of it. I'm still rusty, so I might leave this short and then work hard on the next episode where I will start building a factory. And I've already got some ideas for that. Thanks, whoops, can I get it? Thanks to these blocks, which are the factory blocks. Surprise, surprise. So I'm sure you've seen other people use them. I think they're awesome. And I'll definitely be using them in the factory design because they go well together. Point being, yeah, they work with the factory concept. Oh, also, before I end it, just want to show you the glowstone block from Mechanism, refined glowstone. The recipe is this, glowstone ingots, which you get in an osmium compressor with glowstone and osmium ingots. That's it. But this is pretty cool. It's like, ooh. Oh jeez, that scared me so much. Whew. Yeah, this kind of looks like a factory light. So I'll definitely be using these in the eventual factory that I make. Okay, I'll put it in there, whatever. And you can see I've got the digital miner up again. I've actually used a Wraith's eye and a Wraith's node to get there quickly. So I'll just do blink. And I actually found an abandoned mineshaft, which is pretty cool. Turn this off for a second. So yeah, that's pretty cool. I haven't explored it at all. Namely because there's that issue with the mobs at the moment still. So yeah, no mobs are currently on the server. So yeah, kind of makes exploring too easy for my liking. Yeah, there we go. That is what I have been doing. Pretty sure that's it. Have I covered everything? Put these things down. Oh, I upgraded the Power Fist to using an elite battery. So it has 10 times more storage capacity than before. So yeah, that's pretty handy. So I think that'll be it for me. Sorry again about the short episode. I don't know, like, do you prefer short episodes? Do you like 20 minutes, half an hour episodes? Does it depend on the content? That sort of thing. One of you, I've forgotten who it was, said to expand this up, and that's definitely going to be a thing. I definitely want to make it probably twice the size it is now. And it doesn't matter if I can't think of something to put on the floors, it's just the structure will be there. And I'm sure the ideas will come to me eventually. So yeah, so that's all from me. I hope you've enjoyed this episode. A little bit unorthodox, it's a bit different than usual. But I hope you have enjoyed. So I shall say thank you very much for watching, and see you in the next episode.